name is James Valentine. I'm a Consulting Rosarian. Been growing roses for almost 38 years and had a lot of practice at this. The first thing I normally tell people is to make sure your tetanus shots are up to date. It's not a joke. It really needs, because tetanus is a serious problem. One thing, we're going to talk about pruners here for a second. You'll notice all of these, no matter what shape or size, they're all bypass pruners. We don't use the ones that mash, bypass pruners. And when we cut with a bypass pruner, we want to keep the sharp edge oriented to the part that's going to stay on the bush. You see the sharp edge is here, the dull edge is up here. So you want to keep that down. If you do it the other way, it mashes the stem and you'll have dieback. So you want that sharp edge to be down. Okay, what pruning is, it starts the process of tells the rose it's time to start going again. What we also want to do is shape the bush, how you want it to look in the garden. What the best things to do, you don't want the rose to grow into itself. You want a good airflow through there. But you want to find an outward facing bud eye. If you look here, here's outward facing bud eye. It's perfect. I've got my pruner edge down, about a 45-degree angle, and I'll take that off. And the new growth will come from right here. Something else you want to do is clear out all the dead wood, clear out all the growth that's going through the center of the plant, and all the spindly growth. This is some broken. Here's some broken stuff here. Just take all that off. Don't let me hit you. Here's this is a shrub rose. We're going to be doing shrubs in 4 months. So you don't really have to take the shrub rose down too far in the garden, but for demonstration purposes tonight, because we've dug this one up, we're going to cut a little bit further back. Typically, you'll only want to take about a third of the bush off. Sometimes, if it's gotten way out of hand, maybe half. But really, no more than that. We'll find that we're out with facing the bud eyes. This is going in the wrong direction, so we're going to just take that off. Now, if you notice, I cut that as flush as I could to that joint. We don't want to leave the stem up there because there's another spot for dieback. If I left a little nub, there's a possibility that could start dying back. And here's another good. This is going out this direction. I found a bud eye going this way.
The bud eye is not a thorn, though, right?
No, but if you'll look around where the thorns are, there's actually what they are. They're where the leaf is falling off.
Oh.
Okay, so you've got your leaf axis right there, and there's your bud eye. You can see the little scar from where the leaf was. Okay, you see that little smiley face there? Where your bud eye is right above there. You'll want about a quarter of an inch. Take that off. Okay. Some of this is spooning. It's not going in the right direction. We want to clean it up as much as possible. And if you've got a healthy bush, don't worry about cutting back. Cutting too much off the bush. It's okay. If it's a good healthy plant, it's going to force from the bottom, especially ornament roses. The roots will actually push up. From a budded type rose, they'll push from the bud. So, it's a little awkward here, but let's take a look. Alright, this one is not really crossing, so it's nice. It's almost pencil size. You want to keep them almost pencil size, but all this stem growth is really has to come on. So we're going to take that off. If you have somebody that knows how to sharpen these things, that's a good idea too. Alright, I want this one to come out this way. Let me get you. There's a bud eye coming out this way. See that? And here's another one. Right there. The bush is going to come out this way. Where I'm pruning it now. This is kind of spindly. Look, it almost looks dead. So we're going to cut it off. This bush, by the way, is called Purple Rain. So, believe it or not, we're going to take these off to the zoo. And the giraffes, it's coming off.
Why did you not like it?
Well, if you look at it's old,
Yeah.
it's dead, almost dead looking. When you have a rose that is struggling to take care of
And here
itself,
again is changing direction.
concentrate,
We're
seems
going to
to
take out some of
concentrate
these changes.
on that particular stem.
Again, notice.
I wanted to concentrate on the good stuff, when we first started out.
This one slices right through.
Blooming right now. Been blooming for weeks.
Yeah, that's true. But don't let that fool you. The rose does better if you go ahead and prune it back. Now, brand new growth, if it's not black spotted or has any disease, if you feel like we're beyond the last freeze, you can go ahead and leave it on. Okay? If it looks wilty or it looks like it's got any black spot or anything on it, I'll go ahead and take it off and let it start moving. But it's okay for a good healthy bush that's already pushed to leave it on. If there's a freeze coming to protect the new stuff. Alright, this one is bothering me. Here's a.
So if that were in the ground now, wouldn't that be almost horizontal?
If this is in the ground, it's like this. Okay. And this is a nice size stem here. So I'm going to look for, even though it looks like it's going through the middle, I'm going to look where I might be able to force it out away from everything and all the others. And there it is. There's a bud eye right there. Take that off. This one, there's a couple of joints here. Like I said earlier, I cut that, but I just don't like the way this looks right now. And this thing here, something like this. If you have a pair of these, it's nice. If they're really thick, these are awesome. Let's go ahead and top. Another thing I should mention is that protect yourself with long sleeves. These gauntlet gloves are really nice for hot, but when you're printing, you have a tendency to wear caps, things like that. You don't want to get barbs in your body. And this ugly little thing, I just don't like the way it looks. So, I think we're done with this one.
I'm Baxter Williams, and we're pruning hybrid teas this evening. And this is a hybrid tea called Maryland Welland, and we're going to prune it by cutting off everything that doesn't look like a good rose bush. I've told that to almost every class that I taught. Somebody asked that wonderful sculptor how he was able to sculpt such beautiful animals. And he said it's really very simple. You take a block of granite and you chip away everything that doesn't look like a horse. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut away everything that doesn't look like a really good rose bush. Now, again, here, you see the size of the canes here? I want you to see that there's some pretty good sized canes in this bush. So when you're cutting, you think, all right, I'm going to leave those and trim away virtually everything else. And so that's what we're doing here. I want you to notice that I'm cutting away everything that's not the size of a pencil. Now, I got a phone call from a fellow in Deer Park one day, and he said he was cutting his roses, and every time he would make a cut, a yellow streak would go down the stem from there, and he knew that wasn't good. So he wanted to know what to do about it. I said, let me come look. So I go over to his house, and he's got 75 rose bushes, and he knows all of them by their first name. That's kind of sweet. And so I looked at the bushes and I said, show me your shears. And he showed me his annual shears. And I said, as I might have mentioned to you, take those and throw them over the fence in the neighbor's yard. Go get a pair of bypass shears. Because the annual shears crush on both sides. So you want to be using bypass shears on your roses.
But what else was he doing?
He was also painting every cut with tree pruning paint. That's asphalt tea. One notch above that, you put it on the streets, on the parking lots. And that's not good. It burns the cambium layer. So you don't want to use black tree pruning paint. If you want to make a cut and seal the cut, you seal it with Elmer's glue. Get a little bottle of that, put it in your shirt pocket, squeeze out a drop, put it on the end of the cage, and then at night in the shower you can peel it off because it's scratchy like that. Okay, well, here's a little growth. I want to show you this too. When you get some roses growing, every now and then, you'll see a little stem like that. That's a blind shoot as well. I passed one around a minute ago. Pass it around, let everybody look. It's the size of a pencil lead. And again, my little mantra is if it's smaller than a pencil, cut it off. Cut it completely off.
You said
I never seal mine. The only ones that I ever seal are the ones down at the blood union. And I almost never even seal those. Because if you cut it up here and it begins to deteriorate, cut it again. I mean, you don't have to worry about cutting. You can always take more off. The real trick is trying to put something back on. That didn't get to your funny bone? Okay. So I'm cutting all these now. Here's a little trick that I found out that works pretty well. So you got a stem, it's got a whole bunch of little ones on it. And this is about the right size that you want. You can make the cut at this node right here where the other one comes out. And then it'll put out two little growths. They'll be this size. One other trick though, if you make the cut and it puts out trailer stem, trailer growth. The one in the middle will never do as well as the two outside. However, if you want the biggest stem with the biggest flower, you take the two outside ones off and let it make this one stem. But, and I've seen this just over and over again, where I made the cut, 3 came out, and I forgot to take the outside ones off, and the one in the middle is always smaller than the two outside, given time. There's a new growth coming out right here. I'm going to make the cut there. Now, it's also been said that what you want to do is cut to an outside eye. Let me tell you, if I were to come up here and cut to an outside eye, the stem that comes out of this is going to start in this direction and then curve upward. If, however, I come to one over here and there's one that's right on top of the stem, and I cut there, it's going to go straight up, no curve. And people that show roses, they want to do that. They want to make sure the stem is not curved, because that counts off in the eyes of the judge. So, I like to cut so that the stem grows straight up instead of out to the sides. That one here is really annoying me. Cut it off down here at the bottom. Now there's one other thing, and all the pruning in the world is not going to tell you this. I need to tell you why you're here. People say you must not water your roses at night, because if you do, they'll get a fungus. No, they got a fungus because you didn't spray protect. The fungus blew over from your neighbor's yard. It didn't have anything to do with your bush. It had to do with the fact that your neighbor had a black spot in the mildew in his own garden. You didn't have it in yours, but he does, and now you got it. You didn't intend to have it, it just came when the morning breeze blew. So, spray protect your bushes, and you won't have that problem. Now, I see something that I've already noticed that I haven't made an issue of yet. And that is this cane right here. You can see it. You see the brown streak right there? Oh my. And that's the biggest stem on the bush. Oh shucks. What can I do about that? Well, you can cut it way down here if you wanted to. This is a pretty good stem, and this is a really good stem. And even though it's brown down here a ways, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it on this bush and let this bush, having been pruned like this, grow another year, put out some other really big, strong stems. Then I'll take this one. Okay? Now, one other thing I need to tell you while I'm changing bushes.
How about the one down at the ball down there?
Oh, that one?
What's that?
I got to look and see. And then rose. You don't need that. Yeah, the weed. Yeah, let's see. The concern that I have at that right there is that might be a sucker. I can't tell from here. My first guess is it's a sucker. And the way you get rid of suckers is you break them off. You don't cut them off, you break them off. Because you want to damage it right there so it doesn't regrow. Put another sucker up in its place. No. As long as they're this year's growth, it's okay. But if you're cutting bushes that have been in your garden for a while and they got some last year's leaves, you take all the leaves off, and as soon as you prune them, you spray the bush with fungicide. Okay?
I mean, it won't take.
Well, they'll put out some new ones, but since it's already growing a little bit, let them go ahead and be doing their thing. Put foliage up and feed some bush, and all that. Whoever gets this one, going to get half of the rose big pump of dirt here, just here.
Is this, it looks like it's crossing almost.
Oh, that's all right.
That's not.
Yeah, people worry about cross canes,
Yeah.
and they worry about if you get a cross cane, the wind can't blow through it. Yes, it can. Don't let anybody fool you.
But the thorns do sometimes damage.
Yeah, sometimes the thorn will do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to kill the bush. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Think I can carry that?
I don't know.
He says he'll take it.
Okay.
Mary Folger, and I am pruning Dwarf King. Anybody know Dwarf Kings? Nobody knows. Okay, I don't either. But I'm assuming it's a mini. That's what pile it landed up in here. So I'm taking off the spindly growth from the bottom first, just to get it out of the way so I can see better. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, where are my final cuts going to be? Because it saves me time. So I've decided that this is one of them. This bud eye that had a stub on it, I'm going to cut right above it on a slant, like that. And then that bud eye is growing away from the bush. So I'm always looking for bud eyes that are growing away from the middle of the bush to try to make it look like a bowl. And this one, I'm going to leave that leg on and cut right here. Another bud eye going away from the middle of the bush. Then here, let's see what we got. So what is it? I'm going to leave this pretty tall. Again, take off the spindly stuff. So here's the bud eye going that way. And here I'm going to take off. This is what I mean about, see how you're cutting lower each year as the cane ages. This was a great new cane a couple of years ago, but I'm cutting it lower each year. So I'm going to take this off right here with my nifty Barnells. And then here, another bud eye going away from the bush. And here I'll take off this spindly growth.
Yeah, I want to see. I just want to see it figured
And
out.
I'll take this down to this bud, a bud eye. Can you get closer? Okay, so see that little thing there? That's a little bud eye right above my thumb. And sometimes it doesn't look like a swollen bud. Sometimes the weather hasn't been that warm, and all you see is a straight line, a straight horizontal line running along the stem, and you cut above that on a slant. You always find one of those, whether it's swollen or not, to cut just above on a slant. And that will be where your next new growth comes
I
out.
saw him. I think he looked good out of that. We're going to get pruners. I probably just told him, he said he got his home out of his garage.
This. What kind is that? This is called Dwarf King. I don't even know. I'm not familiar with the variety. Susan has the book. I can look it up. Okay, let me know. Dwarf King. I've heard of it, but I don't grow it. Okay.
We're always looking for out facing the
Ah, there's a nice bud eye.
there.
Okay, so this one is ready to go. And I always leave a little more forking on a mini or mini floral like this. It's a miniature. Okay. Oh look, it's pretty. It's pink. Show the camera.
There you go. That's good.
Okay.
And Mary, would you mention again about Epsom salts, why you use them and when you use them?
I use Epsom salts in the spring only because it stimulates new growth from the base of the plant, the very bottom of the plant. That's exactly what you want in the spring. I don't use it in the fall because I don't want to stimulate a lot of new growth in the fall when it might freeze, when it might not have time to harden off. It can go for 2 or 3 months. the effects of Epsom salts. I use 1/4 cup per bush, sprinkled around. First I water, then I sprinkle the Epsom salts, and then I water again. Easy, it just dissolves.
Thank you.
My name's Dan Lawler, and today we're pruning old garden roses and climbers. Some of the tools you're going to need are gloves. Always wear a long sleeve shirt or jacket. You're going to need pruners. These are what are called bypass pruners. So the blades pass each other. In contrast, if you're working with woody plants, you want an anvil pruner, and it cuts to a flat part. You may also need, for larger pieces, what I call loppers, some brig pruners, and then you may also need a small saw blade for hard to get places. Okay, this one is Caldwell Pink, and it's a popular, pretty pink one. And for old garden roses, again, we want to prune so that we prune above a bud that's going to grow to the outside of the bush. We don't want the canes crossing inside because we don't get good air movement there. We want to cut off any dead short stubs like this one, and look at the cane or shoot there. And as I've been talking with a couple other people, this is still black, so I'm going to have to cut down farther. And you can see that now the stem is nice and kind of light green or white, whereas this side was dead. And so it had started growing from that short piece, and it died, and it was starting to work its way down the stem, and that's not a good thing. Okay, cutting off dead pieces. Here's another dead stump, and I'm going to cut it again at about a 45-degree angle. And this one is pretty clear, so that one's good. Here's another short piece. That one is black underneath, so I'm going to go down a little farther to this one, and you can see this one is now clear. Okay, some more dead stuff. Okay, you turn this one around, and if you can see on this particular cane, see how it started to die down from that, probably because there was somebody had left something on above. So again, we want to cut down, but I'm not going to cut above this stem because it's growing inward. So I'm going to go down to here, where there's a bud that is pointed out toward me. So it's going to grow out from the base of the plant like we want it to. Let's see. Take this one off, and again, this is going to grow outward. This little guy is growing inward, so I'm going to take it off. Here's another short dead portion. This one I'm going to put here. So again, this bud is going to grow this way, kind of out for the plant. On this cane, we have a dead stub here and a dead stub here. So I'm going to go down below that. Here's a small and crisscrossing little branch. Take that off. This branch is growing kind of crisscrossing, so I'm going to take this one and cut it here, and this bud is going to grow out this way. There's another one that has a short piece with no bud. Again, I'm cutting it just above the bud. And so this one will grow out this way. Let's see, on Old Garden Roses and Caldwell Pink is also an herb kind. You can leave some of the branches on, but keep in mind that when a branch grows from one of these branches, a new branch is never going to be any bigger than the branch that you cut. So it really doesn't do any good to leave something like that small on there. So since most of these are small, I'm going to look down here for a bud that is facing outward, and here it is. Here's a good one. So again, I cut it at a 45-degree angle, kind of in the direction where the bud is pointing. Here's a dead stump, and again, that one is. We'll cut this one here so that it will grow this way. This one's growing to the interior, so I'm going to cut that off. And with this one, I don't like this because it's going the wrong direction, as is this small one and this small one. Okay, I'm going to look for a bud on this one that will have it grow this way, and here it is, and we may have to address that one again later. And this one is going the wrong way. Yeah, this one, it's kind of small, but I'm going to leave it and see how it does. Have it grow this way. Yeah, this one's growing in, so that's going to go. This is a small one. It's going to go. Here is a, again, a small piece that should have been cut closer before. That off. Again, I don't like the color of that stem there, so I'm going to cut it again and get the light green coloring that we want on the pith of the stem. Looks like we have the same problem with that one. With this one, and because there's no bud between here and the next branch, I'm going to have to cut it off here. Okay, this one's going inside. Find one on this one. Here we go. This one is going to grow out this way. Even though this is crisscross, tending to crisscross, I'm going to let that one go. Cut this one here. It's going to grow this way. And lastly, see if I can find a good one on this one. Here is one right here, and this one will grow out this way. So on these three, I kind of got them so they'll grow this way, and this way. Okay, and then on this one, pretty good size. There's one pointing right at my nose here, and so I'm gonna clip it just above that one. Now, coming back to this one. These are pretty small, so I think I'm just going to go down to here, and this will grow out this way. And there we have an Old Garden Road.
Thank you.
Any questions?
cross it off and go pick one out.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
Listen, if they're gonna film me, I can't help not gonna get Oh, you are so welcome. These are all taken, but on the table are still up for grabs, and if you see something around, you know you want a hybrid tea, go find the hybrid tea table and just wait for it. Okay.
Frank, I'm certainly glad you went to the makeup department before you got videotaped.
Oh, yes.
You got it.
Do it again.
Excuse me.
3, 2, 1. Mom, that's mom. It looks like it'll be. 281.
On their homework.
Yeah, who came along with the rose?
Hey, let me get a picture of that. This came along with the
Yeah.
rose.
Took me a while to catch him too.
I'll bet so.
Put him outside.
Yep.
What is it, Rosarian?